All right. Hide the chat. Cool. All right, I'm going to check this on my other mobile device. It looks like we are working. So I'm going to see how it works. All right, let's hope that this works this time. So I'm going to try to run through it faster than I did last night, which is fine. Move this light just a little bit. All right, here we go. I do have my dog tonight, which is fine. She was not here last night, so it made it easier. So we'll, hopefully I won't have to do anything. I'm going to quickly go through the deck so everybody can see it. 2 Gregory Grise, 2 Lockpicks, 2 Lucky Sig cases, 2 Lonely Wolves, 2 Sixth Sense, 2 copies of Fine Clothes, 1 copy of Intel, 2 Darings, 2 Backstabs, 2 Breaking and Enterings, 2 Spectrals, 2 Wards, 2 Storm Spirits, 2 Read the Signs, 2 Quick Thinking, 2 Unexpected Courage, 2 Guts, 3 copies of The Painted World, and my 2 weaknesses. I'm going to give that a good shuffle. Looks like everything's working over here, so I will go ahead and turn off the stream on that device. Okay, here we go. I am back. I just had to turn off that device over there just in case. Maneuver some things around here in the office. I'm in my office, so see how it goes. Looks like other folks are also playing tonight, which is great. Like I said, I may have to stop in case my dog needs to go out. I'll just put something in front of the game board so you can see it, and we'll go from there. So we'll get Safina shuffled up, then I'll do the encounter deck, and then we'll take a swig of beer and be on our way. I like to get this shuffled very well. Everything is ordered state. This is the Succeed by Safina deck that I've never actually played Safina in a campaign. This is the first time, and I've been interested in trying the Succeed by mechanic, and I thought, well, you know what, let's see how well it works in Safina. So you're going to see those types of things kind of functioning. The intention is for her to move fast and to get things done. She does her best to kill stuff. Hopefully we'll find the tech we need for that in case the Spideys show up. What else? I think that's about it. There are storms rolling through the area. I live in the North American South, and therefore we're prone to storms this time of year. I hope that they just blow past, but we'll see. Otherwise, the electricity might go out and we'll have a big party. that up there. All right, the encounter deck. That's that set, that set, that, and that. Everything else is off to the side. All right, we've got these guys off to the side. And we've got Spidey's off to the side. And we've got the other locations and the other Spideys. And of course, Randolph. Infestation bag will go, there's the infestation tokens. And we are off to the races. Dr. Shivani's going to start in play. Obviously, you can see that we have tokens here. So -2s. And make sure they're all seen in the camera. Yep, okay, good. So here's our chaos bag. Just going to slide these off the table. And we'll get moving. Okay, there we go. I'll put that here for now. That's going to be the bag for later. Like I said, I'm going to take this and take a drink. Location tokens are out. We have this guy to shuffle. Give it a little zhuzh. I'm trying to do this as fast as possible. Playing with physical cards just means everything takes longer, which when I'm playing at my leisure is not as big of a deal. I like to try to make these go as quickly as possible. See what happens. Okay, and now it's time to go ahead and move into the beginning of the game, right? There are 5 resources already here. I've got my tokens for my actions. Thank you, Krabby Terror, for showing me how useful that is. And we're going to go with the waiting room. So we already know what's there. 13 cards. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And there's one weakness. Off to the side for now. Interesting. We have 5 events, 6 events. So I've learned, well, I do have Painted World in hand, so for that reason, I will go ahead and keep both wards underneath Safina. So I'm going to put my underneath Safina cards. Last night I did it over here. I think I'm going to instead put them up here for now. I'll have to move them when we get into the other parts of the section. I can definitely put down Read the Signs and Spectral Razor. I think I might. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep Daring Maneuver in hand. Well, actually, no, I didn't draw into that tech, so instead I'm going to keep Backstab in hand. So 5 cards there, 3, 6, 8 cards there. So these guys go over here. I hope my dog isn't making too many noises that are unpleasant. This goes back in. All right. 5 resources on down. Did not get Lone Wolf, which I would have liked to have gotten. But it is what it is. So there's the deck of cards. Go ahead and get another beer. And we're good to go. All right, flip this guy over. There is one clue. One clue. 2 and 4 and 3 actions on Safina. Okay, now is when we actually think about what we have in hand. So I think I'm going to go with, obviously, Sixth Sense. That's the only way to get the game going. I like to move kind of quickly in this scenario. I wonder if I think first turn we're going to play down the Sixth Sense. We'll leave our resources for other things. So first action, Sixth Sense. And then I'm going to do this. Great. That guy's in play. You can see it, I think. Yeah, more or less. Right there. All right. Sorry for the... I wonder if I can correct this a little bit. There we go. That makes it a little bit easier. Yeah, that makes it a little bit easier to get rid of that shine. Okay. My puppy is whining a little bit. All right. So second action. I think it's time to start investigating. In this situation, I think I want to do a... I think I do want to do a guts. I like to get this started off successfully. So from that perspective, we're going to do an investigate with Sixth Sense. Committing guts gives us 6 versus 3. So let me do this. So we're at 6 versus 3 with a guts committed. And we're at a skull -1. That is a success. Obviously, there isn't a clue to pull elsewhere. So we do get the guts. Proc, which means we get breaking and entering. Excellent. Last action, Safina moves to the emergency room, where there is a clue. Okay, now we're moving on. There are no enemies. We get cards and money. Oh, we get it. Great. Cards and money. Wonderful. This is the way it works. I've got 3 money. Need 4 to handle him. We'll figure that out here in a second. Moving on. We have Doom. 1 out of 2. And Badness. Dissonant Voices. That's even better. So, no assets, no events. I will go to Safina's turn. It's now 3 actions down on Safina. I have 3 cash money. This is where it gets interesting. So I can't play events. unless I were to ward of protection this. If I were to do that, I would end up in a situation. So prior to start there, let's evaluate that right quick. What does it look like here to ward of protection that, and then be able to do something like breaking, entering, or backstab? I think that I'd rather take the time to knock this out. So I'm going to do first action. I'm going to take an attack of opportunity, draw a resource. So I take one hit onto Safina. Now the second action, I will spend 4 resources and parlay the mob boss. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everything is gone. But this guy's gone. Interesting. That was the second action. The third action, we are going to investigate at 4 versus 2. 4 versus 2 with 6 cents. 4 versus 2 minus 0. That is a success. Get another clue. And that is the end of the turn. Forced at the end of your turn, discard this. We now move on to cards and money. Cards. So for 8 cards in hand, cash money. We get Doom, proc. And we are shuffle the set aside spiders. And each set aside outbreak. So outbreak. And the spiders. Along with the discard pile. Into the discard, so that gets shuffled. Draw the set aside infestation card. That's next. So we'll get this shuffled up. This is the problem with playing by yourself. You don't have someone to shuffle while somebody else does everything else. All right. We're getting there. Okay. Now we do the infestation. The infestation bag is 1 and 4. Sorry, yeah, 4 and 2. Go, and that goes in the bag. Okay, set that to the side for now. Okay, so look at my glasses. Yes, I'm that old. Place 1 damage token on the location with the most clues. There are 0 clues. And for the remainder, okay, so we get a damage token. And I will go ahead and put the damage token here. No, on the waiting room. Create the bag. Some abilities. Flip this card over. That's where we are. Let me go check on what my dog is doing. I apologize. Be right back. Okay. We're back. So we just did that. So now it is the mythos. Now we have a force stability at the end of the mythos. So I will put a reminder down for myself. So we get, we did doom. So now we have badness. And then this goes here, so it reminds me. Rotting remains. So we're going to test 4 versus 3 on a rotting remains test. 4 versus 3 minus 1. That is a success. Rotting remains is passed. Now we move to the infestation test. Infestation bag. Oh, okay. As I pour it onto the table. So infestation bag is still there. I wish I had another nice bag. I don't. I just have these little bags. Cultist. Great. Okay. Cultist, we do another damage token. And so we're going to go ahead and do that with the records office. It's going to go there. May as well just do it. All right. Now we have 3 actions onto Safina. Just have 1 resource. Safina is going to move across to the experimental therapies ward where there are 2 clues. I will do that was the first action. Second action, Safina is going to, I think this is, oh no, I don't have the cash money. So this is the decision. I think that there is value in doing this. So first action is move. Second action is to take a resource. And last action is to paint a copy of Read the Signs. Read the Signs. All right. So in this situation, I will also take the -2 Shroud. So that means I take a horror. I'll take a horror. I'll put that on Dr. Shivani. And so now she's testing at a total of 6 versus 2. 6 versus 2. And we will commit quick thinking to the test. Oh, has to pay for it. So 7 versus 2, and we get a -2. So it's 5 versus 2, that's succeed by 3, get 2 clues. So this goes here, this is removed from the game. This goes here, it was committed. 2 clues, and we get another action from quick thinking. We will proc the act for clues. Put the set aside stairwell and the other cards into play. So now I'm going to move this over here. I think you can still see it. Yep. So I like to put the stairwell here. And I'm going to put these three. They are not shuffled. I don't know what the order is, but I'm going to roll in order to move to those. So it'll be, the top will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, essentially. It is agenda 2, so we make an infestation test. And we get a tablet. Find Randolph Carter. So this is connected to, this is kind of how I do this. I just put my little location marker there and right there. And we do it this way. Last action, I'm going to take that move action to go to the stairwell. I'm not going to take the jump. I've found that the way that I'm playing this is best if I don't, because I need to get that clue just in case I find Randolph Carter's room first, which does happen. All right, so that was the last action. There are no enemies. We get cards and money. We get a lock picks. There's 7 cards in hand. Cash, money. This is the poorest run that I've run on this deck so far, because I've not played out Gregory yet. It is what it is. Cards and money. Doom. 1 out of 6. Badness. Dissonant voices. I'm gonna let that ride, and that could be a bad idea. That could always be a bad idea with Safina to let that ride. I could paint a copy of Ward of Protection. I get a tablet. All right, that's what I wanted to see. So Dissonant Voices is in play. I am running really thin at the moment, but that's fine. I'm also moving, which I'm happy about. So we are going to get 3 actions onto Safina. First action, Safina will investigate. We're at 4 versus 3 in this spot. There are some pretty rough tokens out there at the moment, because there's a -2 in the bag now. 4 versus 3. Do I want to commit? Do I have something to commit? I don't, because that unexpected courage needs to be saved for other things. Man, lots of books. Books are good, but not at the moment. I can't play any of my stuff. I can always draw an event. That doesn't help me. Man, do I just go ahead with the unexpected courage? I kind of feel like that's what I need to do. So I'm going to go for the unexpected courage. So now instead of 4, I'm at 6 versus 3 with 6 cents. 6 versus 3. Guarding against a 0, which was a fun times. So I get a clue. It goes on Safina. And so now that was the first action. The second action is to move. So we roll a die, a d6. Like I said, 1, 2 is on top and so forth. So that's the bottom. And that happens to be the private room. Told you we could find him quickly. There you go. So that was investigate, move. Investigate, move. Do I want to parlay? Go all in. I have books to use. This is it's very dangerous. I don't have a lot of heads to use. I feel like there's value in drawing a card, and maybe drawing into something I like. So I will do that instead. I get something I like. Okay. That's the end of our turn. Cards and money. A copy of Lone Wolf and cash money. Doom. Badness. Night Terrors. After you fail, reveal the top three. All that nonsense. That's obnoxious. Oh, this goes away, thankfully. That went away. The question is this worthy of painting a copy of Mortar Protection? I do not honestly think that it is. I really wanted to find by Fine Clothes. That really makes that test so much better. Well, anyways, I need to do a infestation. Yeah, so I'm not going to cancel Night Terrors. I get a skull. Oh, that's my favorites. So the skull, set this token aside, search the encounter deck and discard for a spider enemy. Spawn it at an infested location nearest. I'm going to go ahead with a swarm of spiders in this situation. I'll go ahead and do that. 1, 2. So that goes here in the waiting room. Three actions on Safina. Take a swig of beer. First action. First action, I'm going to draw a card. Storm Spirits. That is only quasi-helpful. Second action. Draw a card. That's not what I wanted. And last action, parlay. Here we go. So we're going to do this all in. So on the first test, it's 2 versus 2. So I'm going to go with an unexpected courage. Or actually, I'm going to put in a lockpicks. That's 1. I'm going to put in a Sixth Sense. That's 2. So now I'm +2. And then I'm going to go with Gregory to be +3 on the test. +3 on the parlay test. Test. Oh, heads is first. I'm sorry. That is a bad. So stand by. So now I'm at 4, 6 versus 2 with an unexpected courage. Six versus 2 -2. So that is a success. So now we have a test of 2 versus 2. So +3 there, and I'm going to go with +4. I'm going to have to commit another book somewhere, don't I? I really ought to. Yeah. 4 cards, 4 + 4. Elder sign. Well, there you go. Elder sign is a +3 for Safina, which is ridiculous. That is a pass. She gets to draw a card, and I think she will draw into... I think I'm going to draw in to read the signs. Yes. 6 cards in hand. I pass the test. I get Randolph Carter into play. I get to advance to the next act. Shuffle the encounter discard into the encounter deck. So I'm going to move this over to Safina. Phone seems to still be working. I really hope that this doesn't error out like it did last night. Okay. There we go. All right. So that was the act. That was the last action. We have Randolph Carter. It's time to stop this. Let's get moving. So next step is to take cards and money. So we get a copy of Daring Maneuver, cash money, back to 3 resources. We have Doom, 3 out of 6. And counter card is Glimpse of the Underworld. Put it into play. When you would take damage, take an additional. So that's in play. And now we do an infestation test. Infestation bag. There aren't that many tokens left. And we get a tablet. That's what I want to see. Okay. 3 actions on to Safina. Action number 1, I think Safina's going to move to the stairwell. Action number... Man, this is one of those interesting situations. Do we go up just to stop the infestation and then come back? Or do we stick around down here and do all the stuff that happens? So that's 1. Two, 3 would be there. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to keep moving. So roll a d6. 1 through 3 is the top card. I get a 5. So that's the bottom card. So now we have the morgue. The morgue has 1 clue. Last action. I think in this situation, so what happens, right? What happens is this can spiral. No, actually, no, okay. I'm actually good at the moment. Ish. So the question is, how do we want to try to discover that clue? Do I want to do 5 versus 3? 5 versus 3? I feel like that's a good idea. So I'm gonna do a 5 versus 3 on 6 cents. And actually, I also, before I get any further, I'm going to go ahead and use this fast ability, discard Glimpse of the Underworld. Then take a damage in a horror. I'm just going to do that. So that's a fast. Damage in a horror, 1 on. I'm going to put the horror onto Dr. Shivani and the damage onto Randolph. Okay, now we're moving on. So we're at, we're doing the, that's right. So we're at 5 versus 5, 5 versus 3. It's not a Sixth Sense. This is 5 versus 3. Five versus 3, and we get an auto fail. That is, after you fail a skill test, reveal the top 3 cards, draw each weakness, and remove the others from the game. Top 3, 1, 2, 3. Alright, those all get removed from the game. Okay. I hate that card. Alright, that's the end of the turn. Cards and money. We get Lucky Sig Case. That's 4 8 cards in hand. We get another cash money. We get Badness. So we get 4 of 6. And we get Threads of Reality. Attached to a non-permanent non-weakness with the highest printed cost. Text box, good. Oh yeah. So this ends up on, I'm going to put this on 6 cents. I don't want to cancel it. And we do an infestation. There are 2 remaining, so I'm just going to grab one inside and drop the other out. And we end up with the one I didn't want, which is that guy. So we advance the infestation, and we're going to put that on the experimental therapies ward. And then these all go back in the bag. Right? Return all the set-aside infestation tokens. Okay, and these go in here. Okay. That was the infestation test. Moving on. Reactions. Let's do the 4 versus 3 again. 5 versus 3. So we're using that test. I don't think I took that. I didn't take that horror when I failed that test. Yeah. I apologize for that. So I'm going to put that horror on Randolph Carter. So I am at 5 versus 3. So the question is, do I want... I'm going to commit, make it 6 versus 3. Plus 1. That didn't do anything. Alright, so that was the first action. I get the clue. It causes an infestation. Oh, I didn't spend the clue to pay for Randolph Carter. I should have 1 clue right now. So now after the last remaining clue, you discovered you do an infestation. Of course. It is what it is. So this will go to the emergency room. I mean, I've never successfully gotten away with not having all of those invested. Second action, moving to the stairwell. Last action, this is where I think I might go in and try to stop this. So I'm going to move back up and see what happens. Obviously, there's another infestation test, and it could completely spiral out of control. But, you know, that's how it works. still cards and money. Painted World, we're 8 cards total. Cash money, we're up to 5 money. And we're at 5 of 6 doom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we get a badness. Whispers of Hypnos will be fists. And then we do a, let's say fist. No, let's say books. Book test. Just in case. Just in case. So book test. Well, because, hold on. -2 to the chosen skill. Yeah, we're gonna go with intellect on Hypnos. Okay, intellect on Hypnos. This is okay. Shoot, darn! I didn't mean to say that word. So that causes 2 or more, so it goes back in. If after a stairwell, then you make another infestation test. So now both of those are back in. And the skull. This is exactly what I didn't want. Oh, that stays out. This is exactly what I didn't want to happen, but it's what it is. So we draw a spider onto Safina. And in this situation, it's definitely going to be the swarm of spiders. 2 cards off the top. So this engages. Okay. 3 actions onto Safina. At least we got some money to do stuff with. So in this situation, I am going to choose to paint a copy of Spectral Razor because I chose books. So pay 2, Painted World, Spectral Razor. First action is attack. So it's at, she's at 6, 7 versus 1. Seven versus 1 is a success on a -4. That is a dead swarm of spiders. Very, very dead swarm of spiders. These get returned to the bottom. Then the second action is to move. Third action, that's interesting. No, it has to stop here because this is the most important place to stop it. Last action is to do a heads test, 5 versus 3, and pay the clue to succeed. So that stops the infestation at that location. So that goes to there, and that goes to there. We've gone, that's 3 actions, no enemies. We get cards and money. Fine clothes, not useful. Except for the pip. Then we get Doom. So we're at 6 out of 6. And we get all the fun badness. Find the suspicious orderlies. They're still in there. I'm not going to worry about replacing them. Whenever they come out, we'll just replace them. Well, I suppose I could, because I have to shuffle. So, there they are. Hanging out. So the suspicious orderlies go to corrupted. These guys go away. Search the encounter deck and discard for each copy. Shuffle the set aside agents of Atlachnacha. and add a skull and a cultist. Skull and a cultist to the bag. Done. Okay, this needs to be shuffled. This needs to be flipped. We're getting there, we're getting there. I don't know how anyone can do this in 30 minutes. Just saying. Oh, that got missed. Definitely don't want that. Okay. Is that, am I supposed to shuffle the kind of discard in? Oh, I am. My bad, my bad. Everybody just likes watching me shuffle. That's why we... Oops, starting to see some lightning outside. That is the key to, or that is the cue to get this sped up. All right, Dan, let's get this going. Encounter deck. Take a drink. And we're moving on. So that was all a result of that, which means I get to draw a card, and we're going to do Infestation, Rotting Remains. This is for Night Terrors. This is 5 versus 3. I'm just going to take it as is. Five versus 3, -1. That is a success. Moving on. So, infestation time. I hear the wind. Got that guy. Now we get 3 actions onto Safina. First action, move to this last location where there is a clue. This is a 2 shroud location. This is where I could go at 3 versus 2. I could go 4. I don't have breaking and entering. Ooh, very, very windy outside. Okay. Very windy outside, in fact. Pardon for just a moment. Okay, sorry about that. Just want to check the backyard. And we're moving on. All right, so she spent an action to move. Second action, investigate. I'll figure something else out later. There are two there. Yeah, I honestly think I'm going to do it this way. So I'm at 4 versus 2 with that. I have I'm at 4 versus 2. There are a lot of minuses in the bag. That's the problem. You know what? This is worth paying for, I think. So I'm going to do pay 2 to read the signs. So now I'm at 5. 5, 8 versus 2. Eight versus 2, reading the signs. -1. Get the clue. Wow. It's very windy outside. And that's the last action. It was move, move, investigate, and I'm move back. Okay, that's the end of the turn. Cards and money. Intel report. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, money. Doom. Badness. Rotting remains. 5 versus 3. 5 versus 3, I think. You know what? Yeah, 5 versus 3. -3. That's a fail. So take a horror and I fail. So I get a night terrors. So I take the horror. There's the horror, goes on to Randolph. And I get a night terrors, which is 3 cards off the top of the deck, and none of which are a weakness. And now we have a infestation test. Okay, and we get a tablet. 3 actions on Safina. First action is move. Second action is to do the auto pass test. To flip that. Last action is to move. It's dangerous in this scenario, but I'm just going to do it because we have to get through this. There are no enemies, cards, and money. Read the signs. I now have 9 cards in hand, so in that situation, I'm just going to dump Lone Wolf. It's interesting. Every single game I've played with this, practicing, I've always had either Gregory Gry or Lone Wolf in play. And I did not do that this time. Interesting. Moving forward, we have cards. I need to get cash money. And it's time to actually do the emergency room, but we're going to get there. So, Doom, Badness, Sickening Webs attached to your location. Each spider, investors cannot move out. Test to move out. Right. So, okay. In fact, I think, in the interest of, yes, this is when we paint. So we will paint a copy of Ward of Protection. So that goes there. Pay 1. I take a horror. That goes on to Safina. And now that goes away. I don't want to deal with that. That's just more stuff that I don't care about. All right, water protection. There's not a surge on there. No. Okay. I took that, and now it's time to take this. And this is where we live dangerously. And we get the cultist. So that fizzles because there's nowhere for it to go. Excellent. That's awesome. Okay, so back to Safina's turn. She's got 3 actions. First action, test heads of 2. She's 5 versus 2. There's a -3 in the bag now. So we're going to do 5 versus 2. The natural way, 5 versus 2. And yeah, we're going to do it the natural way. No, I'm going to do 6 versus 2 just in case. So we're going to commit. So 6 versus 2. Here we go. 6 versus 2. Elder sign. Okay. I get to draw a card. I'm going to draw a ward of protection. Wow. Okay, so this flips. Oh, wait. Let me make sure. While you're in the emergency room, each of your skill tests gets +1 difficulty for a card committed to it. So that was stupid. Well, it still worked out, but that was dumb. I wasn't paying attention. That was the first action. Next action is to move to the swarm of spiders, and the last action is going to be to kill the swarm of spiders, hopefully, or be killed. I think, yeah, because I can backstab them. They are at +1 because it's a +1 fight. So, but I will backstab, I think. The other one I could do, I could instead do, I may do the Storm of Spirits in this situation. Yeah. This is when we do that. Well, which still costs 3, but it's a better test, I think. We'll do the calculations. Okay, so that's the last action is to play an event. So what we're going to do is they are at 2 fight. If I do Storm of Spirits, that is a 5 versus 2. If I do backstab, it is 6 versus 2. So we're going to do a backstab. So that costs 3. 1, 2, 3. Backstab. 6 versus 2. Yep. Because it's 4 plus 2. Or 2 plus 4, I should say. Versus 2. Yep. So I'm up by 4. I'm very happy about that. So these cards, I'm not so sure I'm happy about these cards being returned to my deck, though. Because I think they might contain cards I don't want. But that's fine. So that is a successful backstab. Does total of 3 damage. Yeah. All right. There, yeah, end of the phase. Cards and money. Yeah, there's the Stars of Hyades. There are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 cards remaining, which means that this can thankfully be discarded. So if your deck has 5 or more cards in it, it shuffles back. So instead, I do have to randomly discard. So we'll do the same thing. 1, 2, 3 again. So it's in that order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we lose a Spectral Razor, and that goes, I think, is remove it from the game. Remove it from the game. Okay. that's not great. But hopefully we can knock this thing out. This goes back on to Safina to remind me. I get money. Get Doom. 3 of 8. Badness is Frozen in Fear, which I will cancel. I'll pay 1 to cancel that, I think. I don't know that that really helps me. I think I will cancel it. Yeah. I don't want to be Frozen in Fear. Take a damage, or sorry, horror. That goes on Safina. I don't want to deal with that stuff. All right, moving on. It is now Infestation. We get another tab. Goes back there. 3 actions onto Safina. First action for Safina. This is where it's like curious, right? So this is where it's curious. No cash money at all. First action. I think that it's best to get the clues and then auto succeed. So move. Where there are 3 clues. Sorry, 2 clues. Second action is to take a resource, I believe. Second action is take a resource. Third action. You know what? Instead, yeah, I do want to take a resource. Third action, I'm going to try to clear this. 5 versus 3. 5 versus 3, and I will commit nothing. Is that the best choice? No. I think the best choice is to take another resource. No, yeah. Taking a resource, last action. Okay. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, cards and money. We get a lockpicks, cash money, Doom, Badness. Roll the spider motor, test 3. If there's a spider, cannot attack or investigate until the end of the round. I'm going to do the test 3. And I will, yeah. So I'm at 5 versus 3, -1. That's a pass. Take a test. Tablet. First action. Draw a resource. Second action, play Intel Report. For 4, get 2 clues. Last action. Clear this, pay a clue, do it automatically. Draw a card, get a resource, get badness, 5 of 8. Draw a card, we get a glimpse of the underworld. Draw one of these guys. And we get occultist. Nothing happens, except everything gets returned. And 3 actions. First action, move. Second action, auto pass this test with this last clue. That resolves everything. Last action, resign. Ta-da! And that is every location covered. All right, so now the key is to successfully stop this from recording, and so just so we have, there we go. Thanks for watching. Happy investigating, and we'll see you next time.